we'll be alright.
Yeah, do you want me higher than you? Why?
Yeah, it's nice for you then. It's nice, you know, you don't want some like domineering guy.
Right, I'm going to lounge to the side.
Leering over you. That'd be nice, because you know, I'm quite tall anyway.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't want to lunge and leer.
Oh.
This is nice, this feels good.
Strange use
This feels
of language.
This feels comfy to me.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, I think you can even keep that bit in.
The lunging and leering. Okay, I'll find a way to fit it in. Hi everyone, today we're here with Adam Eason, and I may be a bit taller than him, but it's nothing implied. So we're just having fun today. Hi Adam.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too. It's lovely to be here.
And it's great to be in Bournemouth.
Yeah, and it is so sunny.
It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Outside.
Yeah.
And it's really strange because all the taxi drivers have been saying to me, "Oh, everybody's so much happier."
Yeah, it's a funny thing, you know. I studied and lived for a year in Finland. My mum's Norwegian, and I went to university for a year in Finland. And you know, during the winter months, they have almost non-stop darkness.
Yeah.
And people just walk around
really bad
moping.
there.
And I go and speak to people and say, you know, hey, how you doing? All right? And they'd be kind of, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so on. Yeah. And they have this real kind of down and. You know, I think over here we refer to it as seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, it's got a name.
And now suddenly, everybody, the sun's come out. There are thousands of people wearing next to nothing on Bournemouth Beach, and here we are. It's lovely, fabulous.
It's so gorgeous.
And we're all smiling.
We are, and I'm just so glad to be in England while it's like this. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today because you're absolutely fabulous at what you do and very well known for hypnosis.
Yeah.
Even though you actually do provide NLP practitioner training as well as part of your package, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. My hypnotherapy diploma course incorporates an NLP practitioner training within there. I think that these days, modern hypnotherapeutic intervention, it's very difficult to escape from NLP, and they're real sisters or brothers, whatever you like. So I think it makes sense to incorporate the two.
Oh, I agree totally. So first of all, tell us a little bit about your journey into. You have a medical background, I know that much, and I'm not sure how much other people know about you.
Sure, my original background was a more conventional medical training, and we spoke earlier, we were nattering earlier, and I used to have a skin disorder, psoriasis, and you know, I had it in some uncomfortable places, and as a result of, you know, I used to do a lot of sports and things, so which meant that I had to bare my skin quite a bit, which was which
it's
kind of
difficult with psoriasis,
exactly. Yeah. And you know what kids are like?
Kids, very cruel,
kids then think that you are a leper of some kind.
Yes.
And so so you know, I had to battle the self-esteem issues that came with that as well. Anyway, having been dunked in the sea all over the world, having had light shone on me, creams, miracle nutritional cures, you name it, as a last resort, I rather snootily and snobbishly went along to see a hypnotherapist who'd been referred, and I went along, sat in there, had this session, and at the end of the session I just thought, you know, there's some more money down the drain.
Yeah, right.
Within 6 weeks, my skin cleared, and I thought, you know, wow, this is amazing. And I paid that guy, and I went and sat in with that guy and said, okay, just tell me what you did now. And the funny thing is because...
So when you booked your time with the guy, did you tell him what you were going to do?
No. And the funny thing is, I probably hadn't been that good company first time meeting him. But now I came crawling back. I came crawling back and said to him, you know, what were you doing? That was amazing. Great. And I said to you earlier, you know, I then thought that I had discovered the cure. This was the cure to psoriasis, and I now had a panacea approach to deal with everybody. Did lots of PR and all kinds of work on this, and lots of people came to see me, hundreds in that first couple of years, and I probably, out of those hundreds, probably 2 of them had the same response as me, and it was a very steep learning curve for me, because it taught me the real value of actually treating everybody individually, uniquely, as you know, we are all unique, of course, and and applying a unique approach to each individual, as opposed to just copying and pasting exactly the same thing all over everyone.
That's fantastic. And can you tell us a bit more about, now how did you deal with, because a lot of the people that are going to be watching might be change workers or therapists or coaches. Now how did you deal with not having successful results with the other people that came? How did you handle that? What did you say to the people?
Well, there was a number of different things, and that was, I mean, at first, I was rather inflexible, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
At first, I was a little bit inflexible, and I had issues with knowing what to do. You know, I was fairly inexperienced. It was an embryonic stage in my career, and I remember thinking, you know, why are they not being fixed?
Right.
Why are they not being fixed like I was? Why is this not happening?
Yeah.
So a lot of it came over periods of time where I had to alter my own approach, and I had to start shifting my own map and starting to alter things and look at other alternatives.
Yeah.
And it was as soon as I started being a lot more flexible and started thinking, okay, let's work on this, let's look at this, let's look more at that individual, because almost like there's the issue, that's what we need to be working with, as opposed to here is the answer.
Yes.
You know? So before, they would come in and I would go, here you go, there's the answer, do that, listen to this, adopt that. Whereas I learned, okay, here is the issue, and here is what's related to it, and now I'll start to adapt to that and work with that. Of course, in hypnotherapeutic terms, it meant that we were applying lots of different techniques and strategies, and altering my focus and looking at how I was dealing and working with people. Fantastic,
that's really good advice. So thanks for sharing that. Okay, and so then you learned about your own recovery of psoriasis. You learned that everybody's individual, so it's going to take a lot more than just this one application of what I can do for change work. How then did you move into where you are now? What was your journey like?
Okay, one of my pet loves as a youngster, I'm just encountering this field. I happened to go on a self-hypnosis weekend. And I did some crazy stuff there, and I learned some amazing things, and suddenly became adept at using this trance for myself. You know, I think lots of hypnotherapists that I meet that say, I don't really go into trance that much. You know, I look at them.
I love it. I'm like the most.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I think you know I'm an absolute and utter hypnosis junkie. You know, I love that stuff, and used to love, and I used to do things like taking myself into hypnosis, putting on big old headphones with my favourite music, and just letting my mind do some wonderful things, as well as organising and orchestrating it for change work. You know, so having some fun with it. So and I started to enjoy the self-hypnosis and playing around with it to such an extent that I also started to teach my therapy clients how to do it themselves, and started coming up with a structured formula that I would originally show them to get them practicing and get them using it, to then eventually suggest, okay, now abandon the formula and start adopting your own process with it.
Very good,
and then just decided, this is working so well. I'm running seminars on it. People are loving it. I'm going to write a book on it. And wrote a book, and that went really, really well. And still sells much better than all my other books today. And things just grew, and we worked into other directions, and I made lots of good friends in different directions and in different spheres, and carried on doing lots of different training of my own. Even today I still do. This year I'll be doing all kinds of stuff, and you know, eventually arrived at the position that we're at today, which